The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning from TFNN. Welcome to the February 13th. Let's see, this is the fantastic Friday. This is the Valentine's Day, and it's the President's Day edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Perseverance Rhodes. And I know one thing for sure. Each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. Big, huge change because, you know, if you're down in life, you're getting whacked by a 2x4. Just go ahead and make that replacement. Just find the gift in every set of circumstances, folks. That's all that you've got to do out there. It can be done. Once you do that, it's kind of like sailing. It's like, plant your sail, let the wind go ahead and take it to wherever your destination might be. I'm grateful that your destination is here with me this morning as we kick things off. Feel free to give us a call at 877-927-6648. Of course, internationally, you can also reach out to me at 727-445-1044. This is Fabulous Friday. Of course, none other than TFNN. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show right now. Dow futures trading up 41 points. They're trading out at 17,974. S&P futures up nearly 4 points at 2,087. NASDAQ futures up 13 at 4357. Russell 2000 up. King dollar up 111 ticks or so. It's traded at 94.31. Gold's up $6. Silver's up 38 pennies, trading at 17.18. Light sweet crude up $1.42, trading out at 52.63. Natural gas back a little over 1% this morning. That's trading out at about 2.67. A quick peek across the pond out here. Let's go see what's going on over in Europe. You've got the DAX up 76%. 0.7%. We'll go take a look at it. The FTSE's up 51 points over in Asia last night. You had the Nikkei off 66 points. Hang Seng and the Shanghai. Hang Seng up 260. The Shanghai up about 32 points. Both up nearly 1% or just over 1%. So let's go begin by taking a look at the overseas markets. Let's go look at the DAX. Let's go see what all this means to us here in the DAX. The DAX making an all-time high again earlier today, getting above the February 3rd high of 10,984. You're at 10,995 as we speak right now. It did hit that 11,000 mark, got up to 11,013. Of course, we know that its target out here is 11,708. That's just simply the upside target of that consolidation pattern that it had been traveling in ever since back here in September of 2013. So it broke that consolidation. That's its longer-term objective. If we take a look at the FTSE, of course, this is the one that both you and I are eyeing. Something to think about. Here we've got the FTSE. The FTSE right now is trading out at 68.80. 68.75, 62 is the number. It's basically what I consider to be the top of the consolidation box. It has seen a higher high. It did that right back here on the trading session of September the 4th. That high out there was 69.04.86. So the FTSE is really up against resistance. Is this thing going to break out? Is it going to be a real breakout? Is there going to be a breakout party? Well, I believe that there is. I just don't believe that it is going to occur just yet. I think we're going to have to wait just about a week or two out here before the FTSE breaks out. Now, when the FTSE does break out, I could be wrong on this, but when and if the FTSE does break out, big move. You're looking at about a 789-point move. That gives you a projection of about 76.64 or so. Again, it's trading right now at 68.79, but everything kind of lining up at the same time. You got to love these world markets out here. Quick peek at the Dow, trading back $66 last night. Really not a big deal out here. The Dow has made its double topping pattern as well when it got up, not last night, but the night before, into that December 8th swing point. Actually still trading inside that. The low is 17,869. You close at 17,913 out there. If it gets above the December 8th high, 18,030, does it with any kind of conviction, you've got a pretty large A to B equals CD to the upside pattern, even take you to the 20,094 range. If we look at the Hang Seng, up 260 points last night. The Hang Seng just trying to make its way back into its swing point high from back here on February the 5th, and that's out at the 25,048 level. If we take a look at the Shanghai, just to go finish this off, then we'll go take a look at our markets. Up about 32 points last night, up about 1%. This thing here it's on its way to try to get back to the 35-37 level. What you and I are going to be watching is 36.55. That's going to be the key number. You break above that, and then there's going to be a large move inside of the Shanghai. That move taking you to the 46-42 area. Now let's go check out our daily charts out here, our daily charts for the index futures. Let's start from bottom right. Bottom right here, you've got the NASDAQ. It is up. It is over. That November 28th swing point high, that was at 43.42. You're at 43.58 as we speak right now. Now, that's got a consolidation of roughly, 4,087. 41.87, 42.87, so about 250 points out there. How do you like that for mass? So somewhere around about 250 points. There's a possibility that if this breakout is real, if I'm wrong about a market that's going to top next week, then you're looking at about another 250 points inside of the NASDAQ. So only time will tell out here. But at this stage, what we do know is it is broken above its swing point from November 28th. We'll see where it closes today. Today will be probably a telling piece of information for us. But that's what's going on inside the NASDAQ. We go take a look at the S&P futures. What are they trading out at? Well, that's a good question. I got so much stuff on the screen. We got to delete a few things. It has 126-point consolidation. Has not broken above that level, which is going to be the high from December 30th, 2088. 75 actually was from December 29th out there. You're trading at 2,087.75. 126-point consolidation. Very possible that if we do see it close above that the next move up is 126 points. If we did see the S&P break back down, if it closes above, comes back down into it next week, which is really what my expectation of the pattern is out there, then we'd have a false breakout. And then the meaning here just simply that we'd see some kind of retracement out there. That's what's going on inside of the S&P futures. If we go take a look at the Dow, what is the Dow doing? The Dow wants to join the party. So the Dow needs to lift its boat. It's got to lift that anchor out. That anchor, as it lifts its way out, is going to get up to that December 26th level, anywhere between 17,988. You're at 17,971 as we speak right now. You close inside that swing point. That says you get up to the 18,051 level. That is what's going on inside of the Dow. We take a look at the Russell 2000. Don't forget the Russell 2000 chart here has about a 10-minute delay on my screen. Let's get rid of the test of the lower part of that range out there. Let's go put the blue line special on the top of that swing point from December 29th. That high is 1220.20. 2020. That is where the Russell 2000 should head to today. It's right now trading right around the 1216.60 level. Okay, let's start this weekend early. That's it. What more does anybody need to know? Just kidding out there. Let's go take a look at some other things that are moving and grooving in the marketplace. Let's go take a look at Goldilocks. If we go take a look at Goldilocks, of course, what do we know? We know that last full moon was an initiation move. And that was the initiation move to the downside. Where is Goldilocks trading right now? Well, it's trading below the 0.382 retracement of its move off of the lows here from November the 7th. That low was 1130, all the way to the high of 1307 and change out there. Where is it that the Goldilocks is trading back to? Probably about 1198. 1198.20 to be specifically is your 0.618 retracement level. Yeah, once it gets down there, you'd like to see some kind of bullish reversal signal. Have we seen that yet? Absolutely, positively not. So no reversal here inside of gold. That sets up the promise for 1198. What happens if 1198 fails? Well, then that will take you all the way back into the 1168 area. We'll see what kind of pattern sets up as Goldilocks gets back to that 1198 range. As we go take a look at silver. Silver right now is trading up 42 pennies, trading out at 17.22. The case of silver, let's go take a look at its retracement. That retracement coming from the low out here. That's on the trading session of December the 1st, all the way to the high that was put in. Looks like on January 21st, silver stronger than gold. What do you say to that, Johnny? Well, you got silver here just really hanging out at the 0.382 retracement. Very interesting, as Colonel Klink, I believe it was Colonel Klink who used to say that. Very interesting as we take a look at this stock chart. What does that say? That says when these metals get to a turn, maybe it's silver that you ought to keep an eye on versus Goldilocks out there. Something to think about. Let's go take a look at black gold, Texas T. That's trading up $1.48 right now, trade out at 52.69 or so. What is it that black gold Texas T is trying to do? Well, it's trying to get back up and test this 54.24 level. That's the high from February 3rd. If, in fact, that high gets taken out, then we will see a price move up to $58 or so. Now, let's go ahead and pull this stock chart back here. Let's go identify. Let's go see if we can do this here on my screen. Of course, we can do anything that we want. The thing is, I'll do it during a break, but then I'll probably forget to do it. So, I always say, hey, I'll do something, and all of a sudden my mind starts going someplace else. Let's go right here. We're just going to put in, this is the price channel, in essence, that I think that light sweet crude is trading within somewhere like right around this range right here. Now, let me back this off a bit. So the top of that, I'd have to say that is the descending price channel. Let me go ahead and turn the A to B equals C to F. I said $58, right? So you know that $58 is going to be an important area out here. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Okay. In fact, let me just clean this up just a bit here. Makes it a little bit easier for all of you that are watching it on TigerTV, and thanks so much for doing that. So let's just turn off a couple of tools here. Turn this off. There we go. Now it's just a little bit cleaner for us to take a look at light sweet crude. So what we know about light sweet crude is it's possible. Look, we got a nice reversal signal right down here back on January 30th. Nice big bullish engulfing candle that had formed down there at the bottom of this price channel. Now the question is this just simply a counter trend rally, in this descending price channel? And what you and I really won't know is the answer to that, in my opinion, until we see what happens when light sweet crude gets to about the 58 level. Remember, 58 could be a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. And at $58 right now, actually today, if light sweet crude were to move all the way to 56.48, I'm not saying that it's going to. It could. It's trading at 52.85. That'd be a heck of a move out there. That'd make the headlines. That's what people would be talking about. Now, the question is going to be, in order for it to get to 58, it looks like it's going to run into resistance of that descending price channel, assuming that it can get there. The key here in breaking any kind of support or resistance is you like to see it doing it by doing something other than just kind of moving sideways. And what we have seen here in the case of light sweet crude, we've seen a sideways move since February 3rd. So that descending price channel, though, is, I think, really key to this chart. If we see a break of that area, then the bottom for light sweet crude will be in. And Jed Clampett, he'll be a happy camper. Speaking of happy campers, how many of you are going camping this weekend to celebrate President's Day or Valentine's Day? Probably not too many. This is Steve Rhodes. This is TFNN. Oh, not a bad idea. We'll be right back, folks.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy. A set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Check out the new look of TigerTV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures up 31 right now. S&P futures up a couple of points. Let's go take a look at some things here moving in the pre-market. Let me see what we've got going. How about this company here? Magnet Chip. MX is the ticker symbol out here. Korean-based company restating their financial statements. Kind of interesting as you read the press clip from it. Now, they closed at $15 out here. And it said that in the press release that I read that that they've got some they've got some things that they have to focus on. Well, first, getting your financial statements correct would be a good thing out there. This thing here is getting cut in half. What I say, it's priced out right now at $6.52. That's a stinger. That's a big stinger out here. Now, let's come take a look at this at $6.52. Well, I got to put this on a longer-term chart out here, and I hope that none of our listeners are holders of ticker symbol MX. $6 is going to take you all the way back down, in essence, to the lows from October in 2011. So virtually, as this equity opens, there's going to be, pretty much nobody in the money on this. Anybody who bought the stock in the market out here sad scene for sure. Anyways, that is ticker symbol MX. That is Magna chip semiconductor. Moving also to the downside here this morning, you've got Knowles Corp KN. It closed at 21.64. They were out with numbers, a net loss of 1.1 million versus a profit of 32 million. Let me see, what were their revenues? Can I see the revenues? Revenues aren't popping up on my screen. Nonetheless, closed at 21.64. Trading out right now at about $19. Let's go see what this thing is doing. This doesn't look too good either. Not a lot of health here. This is $19 going to take it back into its swing point from October 20th. This is the weekly chart of 2014. So not a whole lot of people in this equity that are going to be in the green out here. Bad day for that. Seadrill Limited, SDRL. That is the ticker symbol. Looks like... I'm not sure why this is moving lower. It's trading at $12. Closed last night at about $13 out here. This thing has been in a steep declining downtrend out here. I don't think it's going to take out its lows here, though, this morning. The lows are back here in the trading session of January 14th. That was at about $9.18 out here. Seadrill, SDRL, being the ticker symbol out there. Let's take a look at what's moving to the upside. You've got CyberArk Software, CYBR, that closed at 45.69. She's trading at $55 out here. They're all with numbers. I just don't see what they are. But let's go see what's going on at the $55 level out here. $55 is going to go ahead. Well, it's going to take out a B point of an A to B equals CD. Now this, here you go. So here is here's an IPO. Comes out September 24, 2014. The low out there is $22. This is going to likely form its first A to B equals CD pattern. So welcome to the world of the lightning bolt out here. If we go take a look at CyberArk, let's see if I can actually get this to work. Our A point, our B point, which is going to be under attack this morning, is the high from November 24th. And that was out at 47.01, 2.3 million shares. And then the C point looks like it's down here right around January 29th. Maybe it's a trading session 1 or 2 days after that. I can't tell exactly. Come on. Don't. What the heck happened there? That's pretty wild. Okay. Let me see if I can get this A to B equals CD pattern. It's usually not that hard for me. Must be that it's... Oh, this is a Friday the 13th deal. That's what it is. Unbelievable. It's not working. Oh, no, it's too funny. Oh, my gosh. Hey, I'm 13 is actually a lucky number, in my opinion, not a unlucky number. So that makes, wow, it won't work. I can't do it. Son of a gun. That's just simply, that's too weird. That's too funny. Anyways, it's going to go ahead and make its first A to B equals CD to the upside. You got to love it. King Digital Entertainment, KING, is the ticker symbol. That closed at 14.74. It's trading at 54 now. Come on, what's going on here? I got how about that straight at 1784. Let's go see what's going on at the 1784. You got to have a good sense of humor out here. 17, especially when you have a technical problem. 1784 is going to take you back above this swing point here from December the 10th. That would set up an A to B equals CD. Let me see if I can actually get that working here. I'm going to give that a shot. Otherwise, I got to do the old reboot. Joe the Juicer kind of a reboot thing out here. There we go. That's pretty wild. In any event, so, your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD takes you to 1884. Hey, if you're taking out that swing point today and that's what it's doing, that is not where it's headed. It's headed to the 2071 level, or it's going to actually try to repair this window. That could repair this window, this little downdraft that took place with major volume. That was back on August the 13th out there. That had 17 million shares to the downside. King Digital looks like it's actually going to go make a run for its highs back here at about the $23 range. Steve Rhodes, TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full custom optimization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
We're off to the races. We got the Dow up 10 points, trading out at 17,982. The S&P is up, well, it's flat basically, 2,089. Composite up 13 points, trading at 48.71. Russell 2000 up 2 points. DAX up 56 points. The FTSE in the UK up 29. Gold up $8. Silver up 44 cents. Light sweet crude up $1.59. Lead the charge. The upside dollar-wise, it's CyberX Software, followed by Columbia Sportswear. Columbia Sportswear up 11%, up $4.80. Salix Pharmaceuticals up $3.84. Freescale Semiconductor up 11%, $4. Baidu up $4 and change. CBS Corp up a couple of dollars. Leading the charge at the downside, it is that Magna Chip Semiconductor. It's followed by Shutterfly SFLY down about 9% out here. Heartland Payment Systems down 9%. That's off $5 and change. Knowles Corp off 14%, down $3. Kraft Foods down a couple of bucks. ConAgra off $1.30. Campbell Soup That's off a buck 35 out there. Had a question that just came in. My email says, is it time to throw in the towel on natural gas? It really all depends on the time frame and that somebody is trading and what it is that they're looking at. So let's go take a look at natural gas here. What do we know about nat gas? Number one, we know nat gas is following a seasonal pattern that is out there. So that's the first thing. Here's your seasonal pattern inside of natural gas. Basically says that lows were supposed to come in right here, right where we're at right now, right around the February 14th time frame. To be specifically, February 14th to the 18th is the time frame. So right about now. And then it's supposed to see a spike higher. That spike higher is going to take into about February 25th or so. But then you've got natural gas. Looks like it's going to pull back to these February lows. So here's what the seasonal cycle does out there. So therefore, if your time frame is to try to take a longer term time frame trade inside of natural gas, and the answer is yeah, now is really not the time to do it. You ought to be looking more towards the end of April as a time to do it as we come into summer. So sometime right around the April 9th level. Now, that's what the seasonal pattern. We use this as kind of like a road map, a triptych to help us identify what's going on. But let's go actually look at the current natural gas contract out here and see what we can identify. Well, first, natural gas had completed an A to B equals CD to the upside. Hadn't done that for a long time. That A to B, this is a 30-minute chart, by the way, that we're looking at. That A to B equals CD pattern here, your A point was down here on February the 9th. Your B point that we're using was out here on February 10th at about 12:30 in the afternoon. Your C point down here at about 2 p.m. What we'll see is about a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside, and then price backed off as it should have. You had a little key reversal session that came in right here. That was at 5 a.m. That was on February the 12th out there today. So that was yesterday morning early. Now what's taking place is a pullback, a retracement. Really something to be expected. Any A to B equals CD is going to have at least 4 different potential outcomes on any retracement. So let's go take a look at the retracements that we're looking at out here. So from the A to the D point, you've got 0.382, 618.786, and then the entire move of the move getting back to $12 or $2.57 out there. So what do we know so far? Well, it's trading right now at about the 0.68 retracement level. Again, it's a 30-minute chart that we're looking at on our screen out here. $2.68 is that number. It's trading right around $2.68. So it's trading right there. Any move lower says this ought to go tackle the 263 area. Now, here's the key. The B point is trading below it of a potential A to B equals CD to the downside. Here's the benefit. Again, a 30-minute chart that you're looking at. If you go back and take a look at yesterday's trading session between 11:30 and 12 o'clock in the as we came into the noontime, there were 16,000 contracts. That B point has been broken with a light volume. At 7:30 this morning, we only saw 1,000 contracts out here. So what you I don't know the time frame that the writer is taking a look at, and so you throw in the towel out there. You're trying to, I don't know what if you're going to send me an email, please do, give me just a bit more information so I can understand what it is that you are looking at. If you're asking me, would I be taking the trade on natural gas? I'd prefer not to get rocked around in the boat out here with the waves, and I'd prefer, quite frankly, to wait until April to start looking for any kind of real long trade inside of natural gas. At least there you've got a seasonal cycle that gives you some momentum moving up towards the highs out here. So, but that's just one guy's opinion out here. We got bulls, we got bears. At this stage here, if it pulls back any further, you're looking at 263, maybe 257 out there. Inside of natural gas, taking a look at the current contract. Okay, so that takes care of that question. Currency-wise, let's go see what's going on inside the currency market out here. We've got the euro, Japanese yen, your friend and my friend out here. Let me get rid of the 30-minute chart. Let's go back to a daily chart inside of this currency pair. Really not doing a whole lot, but it's trying to make its way up to about the 0.382 retracement level. That's at 137.65. Don't know if it'll make it up there. I'd like to see it make it up there. I'd like to see it make it up there by the middle of next week and then start to give it up on price. Then you'd have the euro yen perhaps moving in the direction that I expect that the markets will move in as well out there. If we just go take a look at the euro as it relates to the U.S. dollar index out here, we're not seeing a whole lot out here as well. Just sideways movement inside of this currency pair. If it's up off of its bottom, It's not exactly doing it in a rah-rah siskumba. I'm not sure if that's really the phraseology that goes with it, but it's certainly not doing it with any kind of celebratory high-fiving or anything going on. Different story when we take a look at the Great British Pound. Great British Pound is off of the bottom. So the Great British Pound has broken through its descending price channel. It did it the way that you like to see it do it, which is with a wide-ranging bar. That took place yesterday. Pretty good chance that the Great British Pound on its way up to about the $1.58 level, currently trading at 1.539. That kind of wraps it up for the currency pairs. Let's go take a look at that since we only have 1 hour. Here with you this morning, and I could use the rest out there, so I'm looking forward to the extended weekend, as I hope that each of you are as well. Don't forget, we'll be back with you, come Tuesday morning out here. If we go take a look at the Dow Diamonds, let's go see what they're doing. So the Dow Diamonds, they're headed for the 180.19, 180.71 mark. That gets it back into the swing point from December the 26th out here. The low is 180.19, the high is 180.71. The volume there was about 1.9 million shares. December 26, obviously a light trading session, so pretty tough to gauge volume inside of the diamond. So far, interest session high 180.12, just 7 pennies away from getting into that swing point. If we take a look at the SPY, up 34 cents this morning, 8.4 million shares. It is up above its swing point here from December 29th. That high is 208.97. You're trading at 209.26. Again, a consolidation out here that ranges from the 197 level to, in essence, 207. So you've got a 10, 11 point move out there. Hey, look, there is a possibility that you could see a move up to 19 inside of the SPYs. If I had some other models that suggested differently, I'd say that's exactly where it's headed to. So I'll just say this, that's where it's headed to. The question is going to be, when is it going to actually head there? That is really the question. Hey, I'll tell you what, you come on over, you take a look at my newsletter service, Mastering Probability, and I believe you can still do that today. You still have to do that today if you're listening over the weekend. You can still do that. That gives you access to the workshop from this past Wednesday. It's a workshop you absolutely want to gain access to. I'm not going to teach those tools and those patterns again out there, or it certainly is not going to be done in a level where it is for free out there. So you can test drive the newsletter. There's no charge to your credit card or anything, so you got used to that. You also get the money management workshop, which is the numbers game. This is a numbers game. It takes care of the voodoo of what's going on inside the market, and this is a numbers game. You've got to learn how to play that piece of it, so you've got access to that as well. It's about a 90-minute workshop. That alone is worth. Remember when we first did it, we sold that for, we just did a $150 kind of an introductory thing for the money management piece of it. So come on over and test drive that. Come to the homepage at TFNN.com. Click on my name. If you don't see something on the left-hand side. Qs, the QQQ ETF, 4.9 million shares already this morning and only 13 minutes of trading. The reason I say that is 4.9 million shares is pretty good. The Qs, the topping out volume inside the Qs is light volume. We don't have light volume in the Qs here this morning. Light volume in the Qs would be a trading session of 17 to 20 million. So volume's going to have to really slow down here. You're already at 5 million shares. Now, what the Qs are doing is the Qs are testing the November 28th swing point. That's got 17 million shares out there. Don't forget, November 28th was the day after Thanksgiving, so you have to expect that to be a light volume day out there. So just because I said 17 million, don't say, hey, that was a $17 million day. You got to keep things in perspective. But certainly a 17 million share day. What did I say? 17 million share day, 17 to 25. Those are kind of signature items of topping type formations out there. The Qs right now trading at 106.25. Let's take a look at the IWM. Russell 2000 up 59 cents as we speak. Volume behind it, 1.5 million shares. Now it's testing the high from December 31st. That's got 35 million shares out there. 15 minutes of trading. You got 1.636 times 6. You're coming into that with about the same type of volume. But I'd have to say you're likely coming in with light volume because most of the volume is stacked up during the first half an hour of trading. Last half hour of trading out out there. So it looks like you're going to get a test of the IWM with lighter volume. Now, the question is it going to close above 121.41? You're at 121.42 right now. And that is what's going on inside of those ETFs. To the downside, you've got the healthcare sector, the XLV, basically flat, but down a nickel. Let's go look at the XLV. This has been the strong leg bull sector inside of the S&P 500. It's really just consolidating sideways here. It's been in that consolidation pattern since December the 8th, up at the highs of the 7150-ish type area, down to about the 6750 level. What we can also say about healthcare is... what else can we say? Not a whole lot. I don't really see anything else. But let's go take a look at the financials and the technology sector. Well, by the technology sector, we'll go look at Apple, see what Apple is doing. But if we do look at the financial sector, the XLF, this is the second weighting structure inside of the S&P 500. This has just made a retracement. So while you've got the S&P at its highs out there, you've got the financial kind of lagging. Imagine where the S&P would be if the financials were not lagging so badly. By lagging, I mean they actually have not even made the 0.786 retracement, which would be $24.66. Seems pretty logical that since the XLF is above the 0.618 level, that is probably where it is headed to, and that is a price point of $24.66 out there. Let's take a look at... So I see gold's moving a bit. That's up $10. Silver's up 48 cents. Light sweet crude up $1.80 out here. Let's take a look at some things that are... I was going to say we're going to go look at Apple out here. That's up 3 cents right now. Let's go take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern inside of Apple. So Apple here, if you come off of the swing point back here on October the 15th, from that low, which by the way is 99.15, all the way to the high out here on the B point, I should say, not really the high, the B point, November 25th, 68 million shares. What we know about Apple is it cleared that with volume. It did that on the trading session of February the 11th, 2 days ago. Did that with 73 million shares. So you're up and over the B point with volume, just trailing along, and it should be able to get up to 129.20. Now, 129.20, is that going to be the extent of the move? That's your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. I don't know the answer to that. If it's not the end of the move, if we don't see any kind of bearish reversal or anything, 135.88 would be in the cards for Apple out there. No bearish reversal signals or anything along those lines, so you got to assume that Apple's going to go ahead and at least complete that 1-to-1 move out there. Now let's take a look at a couple of things here that are also moving in the market. Let's take a look at J2 Global. JCOM is the ticker symbol. Gapping up this morning. It's got fairly decent for this equity. It's got fairly decent volume behind it. 275,000 shares. Taking out a swing point, a B point of an A to B equals CD from December 23rd, and that only had 361,000 shares. There's several A to B equals CD patterns out here. This looks like that is at its 52-week high as we speak right now. To give you an idea of where price projections take this equity to, again, JCOM is the ticker symbol. Your A point, I'm going to try to do this. It is basically Friday the 13th, and my system here giving me just a little bit of trouble out there. So just playing games. That's this. If it can stay above 64.05 today, then 72.19 would be its next projected move. That is J2 Global, JCOM. When we get back from this breakout here, I'm not sure what we're going to do. It's Freaky Friday. It's Fun Day Friday. It's Fabulous Friday. It's Valentine's Day coming up on Saturday. So a lot of people are going to be eating lots of chocolate. You like chocolate out there? I love dark chocolate. I love really dark chocolate out there. Of course, my favorite. What's your favorite chocolate dessert? I don't know. I have many. I would have to say my favorite chocolate dessert. It is the molten lava chocolate cake at Rhodes. If you've never had that, the Rhodes chocolate souffle, you're missing out on one of the greatest things in life, folks. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy. A set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, sponsored by Nadex. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. You got the Dow's up 41 points right now. The S&P's up 4, Composites up 11, Russell's up 3 points, DAX up 50, FTSE's up about 50 points as well. So let's go back. Let's go check in on this. So, we do have markets that are around the world here that are trying to break out. The two stock charts that I have been suggesting that we really need to be watching here for clues are both the FTSE and the Russell 2000. And the reason is because of the long-term consolidation pattern that they have been trading in. So you can see me as I pull back the FTSE out here. Let me see where we at here. So if we pull back the FTSE, if you're watching on Tiger TV, you can see that I'm coming all the way back to May 22nd, 2013. That high out there is that's the 68.75.62, and you're at 68.77. Now that's the top of the consolidation. The bottom of the consolidation is right around the 6,086 mark out here. So you're, looks like you're going to close. Well, I don't know if you're going to close above 68.75 or not. You're at 68.77, but at 11:30 when Basil's on, he might have that for us. But if we do see a close above this level, now it's only the U.S. markets that are closed on Monday. So the FTSE is going to be open on Monday. So on Monday, we probably get a pretty decent idea as to whether or not this is going to be a stalling area. Now, look, this has been a stalling area for quite a bit. It's not like it's a double top. It's, it looks like it's the... what's the name of that? It's the Lindy. What's the name of that dive that Rodney Dangerfield did? The triple Lindy. So this is more than even a triple Lindy here. The first time on the springboard as price got up to that level was on January 21st out here. Then it moves back down, gets to the next springboard as it gets up to the highs on February 25th. Moves back down, pulls back, gets to the next diving board on May 15th. Can't clear it. Can't clear it in June the 6th. Can't clear it on July the 4th. Can't clear it on September the 4th. Couldn't clear it back here in February 3rd. We're back up to this level. This is a significant level of resistance. You can see that each time price gets up there, it's met with some type of selling pressure out there. And so it's going to be a clue to the extent that the markets kind of follow in sync with each other. And to prove that point, not that that point needs to be proved, but, the easiest way is to just take a look at the DAX, the FTSE, and the S&P chart. So as we take a look at that, here are those three. The DAX is the top chart. The FTSE is the bottom chart, and the S&P 500. I'm sorry, the FTSE is the middle chart, and the S&P 500 is the bottom chart. Now, look, the strength of moves, things of that sort, they're sometimes not totally in sync out here. But if you looked at those charts, if the question is in your mind, hey, is there kind of like a one world market out here? And so why is it important for us to look at the FTSE? Just look at these charts on my screen out here. You can see the correlations out there. That's why I say the FTSE and the Russell 2000 are really the charts that can provide us with our largest clues as to what the markets are going to do. So I would say on Monday, even with our markets being closed out here, go pay attention to the FTSE. We know it's up against resistance. Is it going to be able to get above that level? If it gets above that level, what you ought to expect is as our markets open up on Tuesday, is prices ought to gravitate higher. If the FTSE runs into resistance, it starts to back off today, continues that back off on Monday, Tuesday, that tells us, okay, it's going to have to regenerate some energy and some strength to try to get above that level. So, folks, have a great week. It's always been great to be with you. Stay tuned for the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Options Hour. Have a safe weekend, and we'll look forward to being back with you bright and early Tuesday morning. Take care, folks.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
You're watching Tiger TV.